Ozone Day. What is ozone? Why we are celebrating Ozone Day? No, generally we cover our body with a clothes or night time in winter season with blankets, etc. So like our earth also protected by a layer called ozone. The earth protected by a layer called ozone. But due to the human activities nowadays, this ozone layer is depleted. Means the thickness of the ozone layer is going to decrease and some holes are creating on it. Due to the human activities, simply what we are using air conditioners, refrigerators which releases chlorofluorocarbons. Generally, ozone is nothing but oxygen molecules, that is O3. The chemical formula of ozone is O3. It protects us from the sun rays. We know sun gives us light and heat, but the sunlight contains all the wavelengths of light. It contains ultraviolet rays, infrared rays, so many. Okay. So these ultraviolet rays are dangerous to human bodies. So when we directly exposed to this ultraviolet rays which are releasing from the sun, we may affected by the skin diseases or cancers or etc. So this ozone is protecting the earth, but nowadays the human activities are decreasing the thickness, that is called depletion. Now, what we have to do to protect ourselves, to protect the ozone? We have to protect the ozone. So this September 16th is considered as Ozone Day by the UN General Assembly. So what remedies we have to take to protect this, and what is the history of this Ozone Day? Now our 9th class children will come and explain one by one. So just listen up.
As we know, science that ozone layer protects us. Now let us know more information about ozone layer from our friends. I invite Anjali to tell about what is ozone layer.
Good morning to all. First of all, I wish you a happy Ozone Day. What is ozone layer? Ozone is chemical present and has O3. It's made up of three atoms: oxygen. Ozone is pale blue. Harmful to life. Harmful to life, smelly and highly reactive gas present high up in this atmosphere. It is this high up location of ozone that makes it beneficial for us rather than harmful. Had it been present closer to the Earth's atmosphere, its greenhouse effect would be harmful to us, leading to global warming and other disasters associated with it. Thank you.
Thank you, Anjali. Now I invite Manohar to tell the history of ozone layer.
Good morning to all. World Ozone Day to all. World Ozone Day history. It was in 1994 when the UN General Assembly declared that 16th September is the World Preservation for Ozone Layer or World Ozone Day. As I mentioned earlier, the day which commemorates the modern protocol which signs the substance which are depleting the ozone layer. It was signed on 16 September 1987. Thank you.
Thank you, Manohar. Now I invite Jeshwant to tell the theme of ozone layer.
Good morning to all. This year the theme of Ozone Day is Global Cooperating Protecting Life on Earth. World Ozone Day is celebrated every year on September 16 as a tribute to the signing of the Montreal Protocol on substances depleting on the ozone layer. It was on this date in 1987 when the protocol was signed. The day is observed to drive awareness of why and actions on how the depleting of the ozone layer must be prevented. Thank you.
Thank you, Deshman. Now I would like to call Monica to tell about where this ozone layer forms.
Namaste, good morning to all. First of all, I wish you a World Ozone Day. Today I am going to tell about where this ozone layer is present and what if there is no ozone layer. This ozone layer is present near 50 to 35 kilometers away from the Earth's surface, and it can be naturally or as well as man-made. This present in the stratosphere. If the rebel shield is taken away, be ready for the immune system implement for the life and land. The phytoplankton productively interferes with the ocean life. Thank you.
Thank you, Monica. Now I invite Varali to say about the causes of depletion.
Causes of ozone depletion. The main cause of ozone depletion and subsequently the creation of an ozone hole is ODS, ozone depleting substances. ODS are manufactured chemicals like halocarbon, solvents, refrigerant, propellants, and blowing agents. A few examples of ODS are chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs, HCFCs, and halos. Thank you.
Thank you, Varali. Now I invite Asif to say about how ozone layer protects us.
How ozone layer protected? Ozone reduces the harmful UV radiation, especially the UVB variant, from reaching the Earth's surface and causing us sunburn, skin cancer, and cataracts, among many other diseases.
Thank you, Asif. Now I invite Anjapriya to tell about how this ozone layer depletion detected.
The depletion of ozone layer was detected. Scientists found it out in the 1970s and the depletion is increasing by the day. The ozone umbrella has particularly thinned out in polar region, that is around the south and north poles. We can do our bit by doing activities that can minimize ozone layer depletion, such as use your air conditioners to the minimum. If not possible, then at least maintain them properly. Use your refrigerator and freezer responsibly. Limit driving. Make sure your cleaning products are eco-friendly. Avoid using pesticides. Reduce air pollution in other ways. Eat less meat if you can. Buy local. All these activities reduce the consumption of ODS and thus contribute to fight against ozone depletion. Thank you.
Thank you, Anjapriya. Now I invite Muskan to say more facts about ozone layer.
Good morning to all. Facts about Monetary Protocol. The Monetary Protocol, signed on September 16, 1987, is a global agreement with the objective to protect the ozone layer by reducing the production of substances that are responsible for ozone layer depletion. The Monetary Protocol bases on the consumption and production of different ozone depleting substances in a stepwise manner with different timetables for developed and developing countries. Under this treaty, all parties have specific responsibilities related to the phase out of the different groups of ODS. Controls of ODS rates annually reporting of data, national licensing systems to control ODS imports and exports and other matters. Thank you.
Thank you, Muskan. Now I request Principal Sir to say a few words.
Professor Sir to say a few words on this ozone layer.
Good morning to respected principal sir and my dear colleagues and students. Just related to this particular ozone, I would like to take just 2 minutes time. The first one is that whatever the topics our students have revealed just a moment ago, those are all coming under the AGW, anthropogenic global warming. Anthropogenic means human beings. This is point number 1. And point number 2, I am going to ask you a question. How many of you have ever been to X-ray? మీరు ఎప్పుడైనా ఎక్స్రే తీయించుకున్నారా? జస్ట్ రేజ్ హ్యాండ్స్ వన్స్. ఎనీ టైమ్? రైట్, థ్యాంక్ యూ. Now you might have observed that the radiologist who operates that particular X-ray machine, the moment when he is going to operate it, he will be away from the machine. And whatever the organ of the body is required to be X-rayed, only that part is exposed and remaining part is covered with certain type of lead sheets. I think you have that experience. And especially basing upon the depth of the X-ray required, మనకు లోపల ఎక్కడో ఫ్రాక్చర్ అయింది ఏదైనా ఉంటే అతని ఎక్స్రేకి సంబంధించినటువంటి ఇక్కడ డెప్త్ ఎంతలో అని తెలుసుకోవడానికి ఒక ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ ఉంటుంది ఎక్స్రేకి కూడా. దట్ ఈస్ సెట్. ఇఫ్ ద ఎక్స్రే ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ ఈజ్ మోర్, ఇట్ డస్ ఏ లాట్ ఆఫ్ డ్యామేజ్ టు ద బాడీ. ఎక్స్రే చేయటం కాదు, ఎక్స్రే వల్ల నాశనం అవుతాం. ఎస్పెషల్లీ టీత్ ఎక్స్రే, క్లిప్స్ పెట్టుకునే వాళ్ళకి ఐడియా ఉంటుంది. టీత్ ఎక్స్రే పొరపాటున ఇంటెన్సిటీ పెరిగిపోతే ఉన్న పళ్ళు పోతాయి. ఎక్స్రేలో అంత డేంజర్ ఉంటుంది. రేడియాలజిస్ట్ దే ఆర్ ఆల్వేస్ హ్యావింగ్ ద ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఆఫ్ బీయింగ్ ఎక్స్పోజ్డ్ టు ద ఎక్స్రేస్ కంటిన్యూస్లీ బికాస్ దే జాబ్ ఈస్ దట్. Suppose if they are continuously exposed to that, they will be affected by cancer. Very dangerous job. Now you imagine, just we are able to control one X-ray mission. If ozone layer damages, who will control that? Just one X-ray we are talking. What about alpha, beta, gamma, other type of rays are there? You can ask your physics sir. Ultraviolet, infrared, all will come at a time, enter into the atmosphere at a time. Then who is able to protect us? Who is responsible for that particular condition of ours? ఎంత బాధగా ఉంటుంది. ఒక్కసారి ఒక్క ఎక్స్రేకే మనం ఇంత భయపడిపోవాల్సి వస్తే, ఎన్నో కనిపించినటువంటివి. ఎక్స్రే ఈజ్ నాట్ విజిబుల్, లేజర్ లైట్ ఈజ్ విజిబుల్, ఎక్స్రే ఈజ్ నాట్ విజిబుల్. I think it is infrared ray, I think not ultraviolet, infrared. So ultraviolet rays, infrared rays, we are not even able to control the visible light, BBGR. We are not able to control it even. But how can we control the other things which are not at all visible? Just like we tried to invent something for this particular corona, we controlled it to some extent, but still corona is on. That is invisible. It's just like we cannot say it is also a microbe. How can we control which is not at all visible? So already some precautionary measures were told. Already some damage happened and is continuing. The damage is continuing. To control that, whatever the precautions they said, you follow. And most of the student people, of course, some of the students are also using the body sprays that come under the aerosols. Body sprays also responsible for that particular ozone depletion. And even for the shortest distance also should not use the vehicles, like the type of precautions were told. So first of all, you follow them. Then it is the way that we can contribute something from our side for the particular protection of ozone layer. Otherwise, within the coming period, already it was mentioned, Bombay, Kakinada, these two are the major areas going to be drowned in the, means submerged in the oceans. 100% Maldives will be disappearing shortly. Most probably Maldives issue, it may take 10 to 15 years. And we are making that particular disaster very near to us. మనం ఎప్పుడో 100 సంవత్సరాల తర్వాత కాకినాడ ఉండదు అని ఒక కాన్సెప్ట్ వచ్చింది. మనం ఏం చేస్తున్నామంటే సంవత్సరాల దాకా మాకు అక్కర్లేదు, ముందే నాశనం అయిపోతామని ముందే తెచ్చుకుంటున్నాం మనం. దిస్ ఈజ్ వాట్ అవర్ ఫూలిష్నెస్. సో జస్ట్ యూ థింక్ ఆఫ్ what will happen to the crores of people who are living on the seashore areas, crores of worldwide, not in one particular city. Whatever the so-called cities are there, London, our Chennai, Kakinada, Visakhapatnam, Mumbai, Thiruvananthapuram, and 90% of Bangladesh, 100% of Maldives, Andaman Nicobar Islands, they are all going to be drowned forever. It is the worldwide disaster. And already it was said that in the Canada, Montreal, that is Mount Royal, original name, Mount Royal became as Montreal, is a city in Canada. On 16th September 1987, that particular protocol was signed. Every year it is done. Every year world leaders meet and they are thinking about this particular chlorofluorocarbons and reducing the carbon. Some type of our BS Bharat standards 6 is going on. In vehicles also some changes are taking place. 4-stroke, before that 2-stroke engines are there, now 4-stroke, like that they are coming up to control the pollution. Something is being done from the government side. From our side also we have to contribute something. With this, I convey my thanks for giving me this opportunity to share my views to you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So I want to add just only grandfather or great grandfather times, they don't know about this many diseases. But now, every next day we are getting some different news about the new diseases like monkeypox or recently corona or anthrax, or from the last 5 to 10 years we are observing these new names. Okay, so all these are taken place due to the depletion of ozone layer. So my sincere request to all of you, you are the next generation. So this is your duty to protect ozone layer for your next generations, for your better future and coming generations. So everyone should take a oath. Okay, so I will save, I have to save, I must. Okay, so this is my request to you all. Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving this opportunity. I request Principal sir to share few words.
Namaste and good morning, honorable teachers and students. This occasion I wish you all the greetings of this Ozone Day Celebrations. This is 16th September, the awareness day about the ozone layer, right? And it is, as it is already informed more and more, and every year, last year, before last year, every year also we are having some awareness. Why it is to be done so is, always we have to think and remember that prevention is better than cure. It's like an umbrella we are telling. Around 35 kilometers after, thick layer of gases in the form that ozone will protect. It's like umbrella when you are going out. Actually, this umbrella when you are going out, umbrella will not directly protect us. It will give us the strength and belief and willpower that you can withstand the rain. నీకు ఏం కాదు కూడా నేనున్నా, ఏం కాదు వర్షం ఏం చేయలేదు అన్న ఫీలింగ్ మనకి ఇవ్వడం కోసము ఆ అంబ్రెల్లా నోట్లో పట్టుకొని వెళ్తాం మనం, రైట్? That much of heavy rain, if the breeze comes in the middle, what umbrella will do, right? And so this is a natural protection, the layer when it is provided, that also what it will make us is, just I am there for you, then you can. Then that particular oath or even the background, that belief is given by us, it's our duty to protect it, which the ozone layer. But whereas the people failed for past years, and these recent times, due to this globalization and a number of factories are emerging, and due to the excessive use of the factory items or even the machinery tools. Automatically these different areas, different factories were emerging out, and to meet the needs of this growing population. And so automatically factories were there, and they will release automatically carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, sulfur monoxide. And even we are using excessive for air cooling system, air coolers we are using. And even every house, if 3-4 rooms are there, they will be using 3-4 ACs, and even 3-4 refrigerators also. Actually, refrigerator is called in Telugu, paasi pette. What is that? Paasi pette what annittu man daante pettade paasi pette. Right? So that also, when we listen, then we feel. But whereas, then we are directly or indirectly we are depending. And whereas in other countries, these foreign lands, if you see here, especially at least 24 to 48 hours of food they will consume, they will keep it and they will reuse. But whereas especially America or other countries, especially if you see, then they will store the food for months together in the fridge. Just they take out, and they maybe this all what ovens have come for that only. Just they will keep in, and the temporary 2-3 minutes they will heat it, and they will heat it and they will eat it. Here, of course, in India especially, people want to do at least 24 to 48 hours it's allowed, and there they will do the same thing. That's why because of these all, resistance power, immunity, natural immunity also lacking in the people. And so the present scenario is this due to this, as it is told, chlorofluorocarbons or HCFCs, halogenized chlorofluorocarbons. Halogens in the sense chlorine, next chlorine, bromine and iodine. That particular group is called halogens group, and they will be especially, they are very much effective these elements, and they are very sensitive elements, and they will react with anything and everything, and they form different compounds and substances. Due to that, what happens, excessive release of that type of related either chlorides or fluorines or even bromides or iodide compounds, what happens, these different gases will be released, and they are spoiling this ozone layer, which is in the form of a cover, a shield for this earth. And at the same time, they where this, especially they are more, that particular area where it is increasing more, pollution is increasing more, and they cause the thinness, the thicker layer will become a thinner, and slowly thinner, there may become a hole. So that is the depletion of the ozone layer, and it is the prime duty of the universe to use the excessive use of all these chemicals or even whatever else the producers are there, it has to be reduced. But whereas as per the need the people are using, then where is the end? Where is the end? And the question, this is a full stop for this. This is a never-ending process. But whereas it is our duty to make the people to be aware of the things, and how this present scenario system is there is, ఇవాళ మనం ఉన్నామా రేపటి ఎవరికి ఏంటి ఇల్లుంటికి ఎవరికి ఏంటి, and that system does not work out. Because for the long back years, some thousands of hundreds of years back, as the globe is received, as the earth is received for dwelling purpose, for researching purpose, we are taken from our ancestors. It is our duty to hand over the same to the coming generations, right? And that way, at least what I should not do to this, and we are allowed to use, excessively we are allowed to use, provided it's also our duty to protect the environment, and by reducing and by subsidizing this type of all poisonous gases or even different type of aerosols, is all the things. The sun rays, as he told, different rays will come from sun. When the sunshine is emerged out, and it is nearly takes 520 to 21 seconds, 8 minutes, 22 seconds it takes. That much of intensity brings infrared radiation, ultraviolet rays, or even X-rays, alpha rays, beta rays. Some of that, every content of the rays will be there. And even excessive exposure of this type of ultraviolet rays, especially on this skin, they may cause different diseases. And even if you observe the modified part of these X-rays and even other rays, and they use in the chemotherapy. Where they use? Chemotherapy is the last and the final stage for the treatment of the cancer. ఒకప్పుడు క్యాన్సర్ వచ్చినప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తుంది, క్యాన్సర్ వస్తే క్యాన్సరే వచ్చిన వాళ్ళు మ్యాక్సిమం చనిపోతారు అనేవాళ్ళు. అది జరిగేది కూడా జరుగుతుంది కూడా, ప్రొవైడెడ్
now rather than the cancer, different diseases emerged which are taking this spot, on the spot they are taking away. Like recently COVID. 10 days, for 20 days, 1 month or 1 month, 2 months, 3 months also not there on the bed. Rather they are taking. So then compared to these diseases, that can be somewhat better because the people they used to, rather than dying at the age of 50 years, then they are going to increase the lifetime, 52, 53, 55, even 60 years. 10 years also they are increasing. By using this chemotherapy also they undergo the treatment, full hair will fall away, full they become like different, just to look they will be there. But whereas everything, the metabolic activities, most of the things will cease, will stop.
Yes, Lata Mangeshkar, sir. Lata Mangeshkar.
So winning over that particular disease is good, but whereas that hazardous risk that causes many other side effects, right? I wish you all the best. Once again, I wish you all this 16th December as the Ozone Day greetings, and you learn and what to do. At least you tell your friends and the parents, right? I wish you all the best for this exam. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing valuable message with us. Thank you.